Hey everyone, Techne here with a review of the Glorious Elements mouse pads. As you see, you have fire, ice, and the air right here, but we're gonna go about this a little bit different here. We're gonna kind of go mouse pad to mouse pad, talk about it, kind of like if we were shopping for it, right? We'll look at each one, see what they're saying it is, and see if we're getting at it as far as like control, speed, stopping power, and stuff. But before we dive into that, I wanna give you just a little taste of how I tested these and here we go. What I usually use, my mouse pad that I usually use is Xtrfy GP4, I believe this one's called, and then the Odin Zero Gravity. These are my two main mouse pads. As far as mice that I was testing the pads on is the G Pro Superlight, the Glorious Model Low Wireless, and then the Rocat Burst. Now, why I wanted to break that down for you as far as the mouse pads I mainly use and then the mice I tested it with, all this was pretty much with Call of Duty, the new one. It's not that good of a game, so I can't remember the name of it, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's what I tested on, because again, each mouse, we have some different situations and different results on these pads. But also talking about my main mouse pads over here, as you all can see, I'm pretty much more of a controller. I like a smooth glide, a really smooth glide with a lot of control, which is pretty much why I like bigger mice as well, because I like holding my shots rather than flicking a whole bunch, you know what I mean? Both of these right here, super smooth, very nice glide, and very nice control. And I think the best pad to start off with here is the Fire version right here. And what they're saying about this one is a hybrid cloth surface with uniform X and Y tracking, medium to fast glide with excellent stopping power, 4 millimeters thick, low profile stitching, and a non-stick sticky rubber base right there. So let's go through them right there. Number one, X and Y tracking. Let's go on and get the one I've been using mainly here is the Superlight again. And I feel it right there. I don't get any drag either direction right there. What this pad honestly reminds me of, if you used or you watched the video, is the Fanatic Dash. That's what this one brings me down to. Maybe a little bit softer. The grain in it's not as prominent as like with the Fanatic Dash, which gave me a rash. This one didn't right here. It's actually smooth with that kind of glide right there. Next up, what they're talking about, again, that fast and stopping power. I mean, you can see the mouse. I mean, it glides. Let's see what the Model Low Wireless. I don't think I'd say it's fast, right? Again, because we're going up against the other two mouse pads, which we'll talk about here shortly. It's got a very nice glide. It's more fast than slow, I'll put it that way. Maybe medium right there. Stopping power, I feel like it has it. Really nice stopping power. I can definitely hold my shots and whatnot, but I don't think I'd say it's fast. Now the next 3 points are pretty much as far as build right here. They're talking low profile stitching, 4 millimeters thick, and then a non-stick rubber base. And this mouse pad does not budge on you at all right here. Even if you have it on a complete desk mat, it sticks very nice as well. 4 millimeters thick. Yeah, as far as the low profile stitching, it is very nice stitching. Like seriously, very good stitching. Low profile, it is low, but it's not like you might be thinking artisan. It's not as low as like an artisan. Like if you go to the edge, you feel a little bump right there, you know, but as far as the stitching, it is great. So all in all, as far as the Fire version right here, I do like it. Honestly, starting off at number one, this is probably my favorite out of them. Not saying anything, which we'll get into the other ones anyways, but as far as one that I could use daily and actually use and be happy with, it would be this one. This is pretty similar to my other two pads I said right there. I got the control, I got the speed, it's nice and smooth. And again, it worked out great for whichever mouse I was using, whether it be a real light one, a smaller one, a fingertip, or something that fills up my hand a little bit better. It worked out great for all of them. So I'd say the Fire Edition, just straight up starting here, is my favorite. All right, so next up is the Ice Edition right here. And I gotta be honest with you right here. This was the one I probably had the most fun using and testing right here. The most unique for sure. Again, I had an absolute blast with this. But what they're saying is right here, glass-infused cloth surface with a uniform X and Y tracking, fast glide with excellent stopping power, non-stick rubber base, icy cool to the touch, extremely smooth glide, low profile stitching, and then again, 4 millimeters thick. All right, so let's go and start on the first point right there, which was glass-infused surface, uniform X and Y. Yeah, it's very, very balanced. No matter where you use, you don't feel any drag any sort of way. The biggest point we got to cover right here is the fast glide with excellent stopping power. No joke, this thing lives up to its name as far as ice. Model Low Wireless, I mean, just look at this thing. It just doesn't stop, you know what I mean? It's like, yikes. Check it out right here with the burst. Thing just doesn't stop, you know what I mean? And you feel it. It's so... Again, it's so fun. I've never used a mouse pad like... I've used glass mouse pads and everything, but still, they don't feel like this, you know what I mean? I had so much fun using this. I played decent with it. You know what I mean? I didn't play great. I didn't play bad. As far as, and that brings me right to here. Fast glide? Yes, 100%. As you can see, this thing is fast. Excellent stopping power? No. I don't think so at all. Because again, you kind of got to like hold yourself to stop right there. Because again, it's so fast and it's so smooth. I feel like the stopping power is not there. I mean, it's not bad like your hands flying off your desk, you know what I mean? But I don't really feel like that stopping power is there. Definitely coming off the Fire Edition right there. But fast glide, 100%. Non-stick rubber base, doesn't move. Icy cool to the touch and extremely smooth glide. That goes back there. Yes, the glide, hands down the smoothest pad I've ever used, for sure. Icy cool to the touch. Yes, because it almost feels like, would I say like a plastic? That's almost what it feels like right here, you know? But the other thing about it, I live in a very humid climate down here in the South, right? So it gets hot. You know, monitors and PCs running, it gets hot. So you get some sweaty hands. And then again, on the back of your palm, my palm usually rests on the back of the mouse pad right here. And you just see, like, especially during a hot session, it just starts getting that grime. Like, you know what you see on an ABS keycap? That's exactly what you get right here. And it just starts looking gross after a while. And you do feel that. I don't know if I can really say it's slowing down my mouse or anything like that, but you just feel it on the pad. It's almost like, yeah, I just want to go clean it after a game session. You know what I mean? And then everything else as far as the build of this thing right here, the low profile stitching, the 4mm. Yeah, you got the 4mm. The stitching, same as on the Fire. It's very low. It's very tight. But yes, if your mouse pad or your mouse goes off the edge right there, you do feel that slight bump on the edge if it just hits the edge right there. So it's, again, it's not like tight like artisan tight. All right, so next up and the last one here is the Air Edition. And this one honestly started growing on me towards the end of my test. It really did. Like at first I was kind of like, yeah, no, I don't use hard surface mouse pads. Boxed it up, set it aside, but I said, nah, I gotta test these. I can't just get on and say, nah, I don't like hard surfaces, you know what I mean? So again, I busted out and tested it and I was like, wow, honestly liking this here, you know what I mean? So anyways, what they're saying here, ultra thin, hard polycarbonate surface with uniform X and Y tracking, true unobstructed gaming experience, razor thin 0.5mm, ultra fast for intense speed and effortless flicks. Adhesive base and water and tear resistance. Yeah, it's plastic, so it's not going to tear or water right there, right? But let's go and start off with the first one, ultra thin polycarbonate X and Y. Yeah, it's balanced right there, you know. Unobstructed is razor thin. Yeah, we talked about that. So the one thing we really want to cover here is ultra fast glide for intense speed and effortless flicks. It's fast because, again, you got that hard surface, so wherever you go, it's going to go. Now, let me tell you what. They don't even mention it here. I feel like I have more stopping power on this hard surface than the ice version. The ice one just steadily glides on, you know what I mean? But this one is fast, as you can see. I would say this, I don't know, because that ice one is seriously fast. I don't know if I'd say this or the ice is faster. The ice is a tough spot, right? Because the ice is so smooth and fast where you kind of get that combination and feel like it's super fast, you know what I mean? Now, the other thing as far as build, yeah, razor thin, water resistant. Yeah, obviously it's plastic, you know what I mean? And the adhesive base, as you can hear it right there, yeah, it is sticky and it just sticks there. I mean, that's my wife's hair. Oh, it's gross. Cat hair. So that's pretty much sums it up. Like, it's going to get gross right there. How long is that stickiness going to last if you constantly move it? Are you going to continuously move it? I don't know. But what really stood out for this for me, which was really cool, so you got the adhesive. I use a desk mat across my entire desk, and then my mouse pad sits on top of it all the time, right? What I loved about this is I slapped it on my desk. I can take my keyboard. When I game, I take my keyboard, pull it in a little bit, cock it to the side, and my mouse pad's here, you know what I mean? But I always have to make sure my keyboard's a little bit to the left of my mouse pad. You catch my drift? Because if you set it on here, it's going to be all cockeyed and wobbling on you. Cool thing about this, I'm sitting on my desk. I can bring my keyboard over and set it on a little bit because, again, it's just flush right there, and bam, just game. It was so fun like that, and I loved how it worked. And the other cool thing, again, talking about another mouse pad, I had this stuck there. I'm trying out a different mouse pad. Okay, I want to use this for this game. Bam, it's right there. Oh, hey, let me go back to this one. Bam, it's already stuck there. That's what I really liked about this, and I might honestly keep this stuck on my desk. Again, the versatility, it's not obstructing any space, it's not taking anything up, and if I wanted to use that kind of surface, it's right there. That is super cool. I love it right there, if you catch me. So again, it's just almost like another part of your desk. It doesn't really obstruct or mess anything up. Keep it underneath your main mouse pad if you want. to have that. That is super cool. All right, so wrapping all this up and getting our conclusion here, talking about all three of these mouse pads, as you caught throughout this review, they all play completely different. The build on all of them is great. It definitely is. But the play style on all of them is very different. If there's one I would recommend someone to get, it would definitely be the Fire. I feel like that's a nice middle ground and everyone can play on it, you know? The Ice, I couldn't use this as my daily, but it's something that is so fun to use. And if you just want to try something new, innovative, and different, you definitely got to get this Ice in your hands. It's so cool. But again, yes, I would say the Fire is something I would use daily. The Air is something so cool. Slap it down there, stick it to your desk, and just leave it there. If you want to use a surface like that, you got it. That was pretty cool right there. So all of them, again, play very different, and they play very different for each mice. Again, talking Ice again, a smaller, lightweight mouse right here. With the Ice, it was a little bit tougher because it's already a small, lightweight mouse. Now, if you get a heavier mouse on the Ice, again, it makes it almost feel like a lighter mouse. And that was just really cool about him, you know what I mean? So kind of break it down that way if there's something you want to try or if you want to stick in your comfort zone. And that's the cool thing, and I hope more companies do stuff like this where they give you the option. Maybe you want this, this, or this, so go on and pick that. The only other company we really see this from are the Artisan pads, you know what I mean? Now, some companies make like one or two different styles or surfaces, you know, but Artisan, of course, they got a whole lot more, but that's where you see this from. And I think that is really awesome to have the options. Now, also talking about options, the price of these guys, they're not cheap, but they're also not expensive. They come in at 35 bucks. The Air, the plastic one right down there, comes in at 25 bucks. So again, they're not like expensive, but they're not cheap. They're kind of right there in the middle. They cost just as much as the X-Fry GP4 that I use, you know what I mean? And I think that's a good spot for a quality mouse pad. And I do feel like you have quality right here, you know what I mean? Will any of these be my main? No, I will tell you the Air will stay stuck to my desk. That definitely will, you know. I will bust out the Ice one just to play with, you know, because it's that much fun. But I don't think any of them really suit my main. Any of them could replace my main. Definitely the GP4 or the Zero Gravity right there. They just suit me perfectly. But again, talking options, a mouse pad is so much personal preference to you just as your mouse. You can't listen to me, Jim, Joe, or, you know, Jim Bob talking about, hey, they like this better, because you're going to play completely different with whatever mouse and mouse surface you're using. By the way, one other thing I wanted to mention here is if some of you might be thinking, it's kind of like what I thought. I was like, oh, well, is it just different from Glorious's main mouse pads right here? I don't even know what this one's called. It's XL Heavy Pro Gaming Mouse Pad, one of their regular ones. And let me tell you what, don't even compare this to these. This thing has no place against these right here. These are much better and totally different surfaces than these. This is kind of like your basic mouse pad you're going to find at a big box, like a HyperX mouse pad or something. That's what this is going to be. This is definitely more of a surface, a premium product that you'd be looking for that exact surface or performance you're looking for. So anyways, that's my wrap up of the Glorious Elements mouse pads right here. What a blast. They were really fun. Let me know if you scooped any up down in the comments and which one you scooped up. And I'd like to know why or what you think about it, you know, because again, it's just really cool trying out so many different variations here. But again, I'd love to hear what you got down in the comments. If you're interested in any of them, all the links are right down in the description as well. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I hope I helped you out if you're looking at these pads, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.